Welcome back to Amateur Lives. Today I want to look at something rarely asked. How did the nations come to know the God of Israel? Because from the beginning, Hashem promised Abraham that through his seed, the nations would be blessed. Israel was called to be a light to the nations, to carry the knowledge of the one true God into a world full of idols. So here's the question almost no one asks. How did that actually happen? Think about it. The nations didn't turn to the God of Israel because of empires, philosophers, or politics. Roman legions didn't march under the banner of Hashem. Greek thinkers didn't abandon Plato for Moses. In fact, for most of ancient history, Israel was a small, often overlooked kingdom surrounded by powerful, idol-worshipping empires. The odds were stacked against this ever happening, yet somehow, over 2,000 years, billions of Gentiles came to honor the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Billions of people whose ancestors worshipped stone, wood, and sky gods. They abandoned idols. They embraced the scriptures of Israel. They taught their children the name of Hashem. How did such a massive, world-altering shift occur? What was the mechanism? And they did this because they encountered Hashem through one Jew, Yeshua of Nazareth. Now, let's be very clear. This isn't about replacing Israel. It is about recognizing how Hashem used a faithful son of Israel to bring glory to his name among the nations, just as he promised. The story of the Tanakh is filled with patterns. Throughout the Tanakh, Hashem works through one righteous representative, Noah, through whom humanity was saved. Joseph, who saved his family and the nations from famine. Moses, who delivered the people from bondage. David, the king after God's own heart. Yeshua stands in that pattern, the one who embodies Israel's calling and fulfills what the prophets spoke. The prophets foretold a day when the nations would stream to Zion to learn of God. Isaiah spoke of a servant who would be a light to the Gentiles. This didn't happen by conquest or cultural assimilation. It happened through the life, death, and resurrection of one individual who claimed to be the ultimate representative of Israel. If Yeshua brought the nations to honor the God of Israel, if he is the reason that billions of non-Jews now read the Torah, the Psalms, and the prophets, then maybe he really is the promised seed of Abraham. Maybe he is the fulfillment of that ancient promise that through Abraham's offspring, all the families of the earth would be blessed. It's a historical reality that demands an explanation. This isn't about accepting what you've been told. It's worth looking again. Not for tradition's sake, but for truth's sake. Thanks for watching. If this gave you something to think about, consider subscribing for more.